Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Player versus Team, aka PVT. And we worked out all the kinks backstage. We was going through a little technical difficulties. But we back, we here, and I'm here with my main guy, DJ Micah B. What's popping, big dog?
Man, you already know what time it is, bro. I'm ready to get it going.
Yes, sir. We are missing our resident co-host, Willie, today. My boy Willie Beeman. He's still out there in the East Coast ATL area in the South, dealing with some hurricane stuff like that, and dealing with some family issues. So we're always like we did last week, sending all of our thoughts over there to our boy, making sure that he's good, and hopefully we'll see him next week. All right. We realize that we're coming at y'all just a little bit late, so we can go ahead and try to kick this off real quick. Starting with some WNBA action. I understand that Thursday Night Football just finished up. We'll go ahead and get into that just a little bit later. But we're going to start with some WNBA action. Game one, WNBA Finals, New York Liberty, Minnesota Lynx, which I will point out that Moo did say that the Minnesota Lynx was my dark horse to get to, and not only get to, but win the WNBA Finals. But I'm gonna go ahead and defer. It's okay. DJ Michael B, what we think about game one?
Man, I don't know what to think right now. After the Aces went down 0-2, I thought the Liberty would be the team to take it because I think the Liberty are absolutely freaking stacked, like we said last time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here all agreed they should be the favorite, especially after the Aces were eliminated. But lo and behold, you know, lo and behold, this is why we play the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And right about now, I am still leaning with the Liberty. I know Minnesota won tonight in overtime. Uh, that's cool or whatever, but I think I'm still I still want to lean with the Liberty. I do think the Liberty is the better team, but when the lights are brightest, like my high school coach said, Riff Raff will expose themselves under pressure.
Hmm.
And it pisses me off. But nonetheless, congratulations to both these teams to make it to the finals. I'm still leaning with the Liberty, but I would not be. I don't even know how the Sun got eliminated. Anyway, regardless, yeah, I'm gonna still take. I'm gonna still take the Liberty in the series. If I had to bet money, I still take Liberty in the series. But man, it's a tough choice because you already know, Moo. Like this might be the craziest and most close WNBA finals we've seen.
Yes, this one is gonna be mad competitive, super, super competitive, and I'm so excited. And like I've been saying all season, right? Because if you've been watching the Minnesota Lynx, you understand that one, they play really good defense. Two, they space the floor very, very well, which is why a lot of their guards and a lot of their forwards can get shots in big and really big moments and really big times because they have such great spacing. Last but not least, they have really great 3-point shooting. Okay. And you got to think about like they have great 3-point shooters that come off the bench. Alyssa Peely, a really solid 3-point shooter in her own right, really hasn't played a lot this whole season because of the strength of their 3-point shooting, mainly from their starters. So it's their. I just knew just watching them early on in the season, I knew that they were going to be a problem down the line, especially if they were able to stay healthy. And the problems that I've seen the Aces have weren't fixed in the time being that they needed to be fixed. And when they were fixed, they didn't have enough time to pursue them forward. So you got Nafisa Collier. She's balling. She's been balling all season. Kayla McBride, Courtney Williams, man, like they're just all on all levels. The Lynx is legitimately balling, and I think, like I said from the beginning of the season, they're a team to be formidable with, and I think we should start taking them seriously. And here they are in the WNBA finals. I understand that it was a really competitive game, really back and forth. This game did go into overtime, and the New York Liberty played a damn good game as well. If it wasn't for I don't want to say it was because of the missed free throws, but I mean You gotta make free throws. My coach used to tell me, like DJ's coach used to tell him, missing free throws loses games. Here we go, right? You miss free throws, you lose games. You know what I'm saying? Those are free points. You got to capitalize on those free points. Not really a strong showing from Sabrina and SQ. Jockwell Jones, former league MVP, got it going really early as well. But I think this is going to be a dogfight. I don't think the Minnesota Lynx is coming to lay down. I think they know exactly where they're at, the type of game they need to play, and I think they're ready for a team like New York. I don't think New York really came out and took them too seriously game one. But I think if they lock in and focus, this is going to be a series, and I don't think this is going to be a quick series. But quick question, because we got this news kind of before the game kind of kicked off. The WNBA is rolling out with a new format for next year. What do we think about that?
Hold on real quick, because I did not get the 100% memo. They roll out a new format. Let me get this. I gotta get the format because
let me pull it.
I don't want to misspeak. And 2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense because the NBA switched to 2-2-1-1-1 and in the finals. So I do think it works, and I hate to say that's kind of like it's the LeBron rule. Okay, so like
that's
when
fair.
the Spurs, it is when the Spurs played Miami Heat in 2013, it was 2-3-2. A lot of people really did believe had the Spurs went back to San Antonio, they would have won the championship. I'm here to tell you, you play under the rules you play under. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. So, as much as I love Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, Patty Mills, Danny Green, all that, Corey Joseph, yeah, I know that whole team. Just to let y'all know, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I really don't. I do think the advantage is more towards the whole team. The home team, you get, what is it, 4 out of the last 7 there. But I mean, for the most part, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. I just feel like if you're a winning team, you should be able to win on the road no matter what.
Most definitely. I think it's more because they understand that women's basketball is evolving. There's a lot more eyes. There's a lot more traction that's coming towards the game. So what better way to, give people what they ask for than just to give people more basketball. And I think with, the Chicago Sky getting a new coach, so hopefully that comes with better development for players like Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza. And obviously the Indiana Fever, making the playoffs this year, they shouldn't slouch off to the point where they take a big drop off next year. So everybody's expecting them to do a lot better. Everybody's going to want to see these girls play. You're going to have Paige Beckers in the league next year. You're going to have a lot more better basketball players coming in the league next year. A lot more younger players that's going to draw a lot more different eyes and a lot more eyes. So I think that they're trying to just be proactive, be above the game. Valkyrie basically, stamp their solidity in the WNBA today. Picked a head coach. So we're excited to see what's going on with that next season. Before we get to baseball, because I know that's going to take up a lot of our time, Niners end up winning this game, this Thursday night football. 36-24. Brock Purdy, 255 with 3 tugs. Some guy named Isaac Guerrero went 10 for 99. And somebody not named Deebo Samuel had 100 yards again. What do we think about the game today?
Very good competitive game. What's the oh my god, that dude's name? The defensive back for San Francisco. He was out today, and it just slipped my mind.
Oh, what the fuck is his name? Not the
His
army, not Lenore, because Lenore played today. He played a pretty good game, but the other dude on the other side, because they had a rookie playing. Damn, I forgot his name. But I know he was out today. So I know he didn't play. Let me see.
But nonetheless, a lot of people, because he was out today, a lot of people thought DK Metcalf would have this ridiculously huge game and just go absolutely bananas, and Seattle would run through. No.
Darius won. That's what happened.
Right. No, it did not happen that way. No, it didn't. It didn't. Matter of fact, Debo was taken out the game, and they forced everybody else to beat them. Tyler Lockett didn't have that great of a game, so that's your two best offensive weapons there. This game doesn't surprise me for the most part, even though I thought originally Seattle would win. It doesn't surprise me that they lost, and I don't think it should surprise anyone, because San Francisco is one of those great teams that can match up against anybody man to man and play in man to man, and it's hard to get open against them because they're so good at shifting their legs, shifting their waist, and things like that. But overall, I did enjoy the game. I just think that San Francisco is a tier above Seattle with Geno. You have elite tier, and then you have star tier, and they're just right underneath.
It's crazy because oh my god, what's crazy is I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't even think this was a good game on either court. But I just got one question. Okay, I just got one question. Brandon Ayuk, are you ready to earn that contract, man? That you sat out and threw a whole ass hissy fit for, bro. Like, that's all I want to know, is if you're ready to earn that contract, big dog, because I ain't seen it yet. All right. Keep seeing a whole bunch of niggas not named Brandon Ayuk. 100 yards, 2 tugs, 100 yards in the tug. All I'm saying is, where you at, man? You wanted to get paid like a number one, but you're not looked at as a number one on your own team. That was the whole problem within itself. That's the reason why I was saying, I get it. You probably are number one on another team, but on your prospective team, you're not a number one. You're not even a number two option on your prospective team, as we've been seeing, and it's been 6 weeks. So I'm just saying, y'all ready to justify that contract or what? You feel me? Just let me know. But
I will definitely say I'm ready to justify. Here's what I do know. Debo and Kittle have been left alone in a lot of man-to-man situations.
That's true.
Now, I'm not saying that they're not great targets. I'm not saying they're not great receivers. But what I will say is Brandon Ayuk does demand 1 to 2 players on for attention on every play. So Debo and God damn it, the name just slipped my mind. Jesus Christ. Yes, Debo and Kittle have been getting a lot of open shots this year compared to what Brandon Ayuk will get. So I still think that Debo and Kittle will come out with more fantasy points than Brandon Ayuk. But here's what I will say. As of right now, I still think Brandon Ayuk is the top receiver on that team.
Oh,
Now,
he definitely
is he the superstar that they want? Maybe not. But on the flip side of that, if you could give percentages, I would give Brandon Ayuk 65 to 70% of the looks on a snap.
I feel like that's what needs to start happening. That's what needs to start happening. All I'm saying is, if you, John Lynch, I talk to you, big dog. If you want to justify paying this man what you paid him, get the man. You better talk to Kyle. Y'all better start getting the man the ball. You can't continue to treat him like a number 3 option and pay him number 1 option money. That's all I'm saying, right? Like if you want to justify that contract as a team, as a GM, as a coach, you're gonna have to use him a lot. 4 targets. 4 targets. He top 10 right now in money. 4 targets? Nah, that's not gonna do it. I'm just saying you're gonna have to break him off some. At least he need at least 6, 7 targets. Like, come on, bro. Like I'm saying, y'all got to justify that contract, man, or let him go to a team that is actually going to use him as a number 1. That's all I've been saying at this whole time is that, like I said, I don't believe you. I don't think that he's not a number 1. I think he is a number 1. I just don't think he's a number 1 on that team because they don't use him as such. They use Kittle more. They use Debo more. If CMC was healthy, they use him more. They got an unknown fucking guy named Isaac Gorendo. He had freaking 90. Like,
Yeah, he balled out tonight.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta use it. If you're gonna justify paying him that much money and not letting him walk and not trading him away, you gotta use him. You gotta put him to work. You feel me? And I think that's the reason why he's been walking around with so much goddamn attitude, because he's like, nigga, I want to be productive, but y'all not. I'm getting like 4 or 5 targets a game. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I'm saying? So, I think if that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is you gotta justify the money somehow, right? And speaking of receivers. Speaking of receivers, let me talk to this. Let me have a conversation with this dude real quick. You had 11 targets today, good sir. 11. You had 11 targets today. DK Metcalf, okay? DeKalen Metcalf Jr. Do you understand me? You had 11 targets. You caught 3 of them. You dropped a touchdown, mind you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You dropped a touchdown. You had 11 targets and you caught 3 of them. I don't know what you've been doing these past 2 weeks, these past 3 weeks. You done went out and learned sign language. You can start sneak dissing this shit and sign language and shit. Okay. I don't know what you got going on. But catch the ball, G. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't know what's in your head right now. I don't know if you need to go and get the Demaryius Thomas treatment. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But if y'all know he had an interview where, you know what I'm saying, he exposed himself just a little bit too much. He went back home and got some home cooked meal. That's what he said. But he really went back home and got some, you know what I'm saying? All right. And nigga had the game in his life. That's all I'm saying is you might have to go back home and get some home cooking, like Demaryius Thomas did. Because I don't know what you've been doing the past few weeks, brother. What's been going on? I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like the Seahawks offense has been explosive. Main reason being is because you are opening up the offense for the underneath routes, i.e. Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigma, Noah Fant. Like you're opening that up and the running game. But if we can't count on you to be explosive down the field, then our offense is literally stuck. And I think that's exactly what's going on right now is they're relying on DK and that nigga is not there. But yeah, no, I had to get that off because what are you doing? It's been 2 weeks, my guy. You need to get your right. It's just that simple. And that defense, that Seattle defense is some frauds. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, they are frauds, and I will not take any arguments until proven otherwise. Because ass 3 weeks in a row, don't care. But let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing before we start to wind everything down and whatnot.
Well, you know, wait. Before we go any further, I would just like to
Go
say,
ahead.
I was the biggest defender of DK Metcalf, but I'm not anymore.
We were rooting for you.
I'm just not. I don't think.
We're all rooting for you.
Oh man, I was one of the biggest DK Metcalf defenders. Moolage know this. GQ, if he was here, he would tell you. I think you're a great wide receiver. I do. I think you can make it to the Hall of Fame, but I don't think you're great enough to command a double team or command a corner and safety to you. Um, Not saying you have to make the Hall of Fame, but let me ask you something, Moolage, at this point right now in life. If this was Metcalf's peak, and we don't know if it's his peak or not, but if it was his peak right now, would you take him or Steve Smith?
Steve Smith.
And that's the issue because Steve Smith's not a Hall of Famer yet. Do I think Steve Smith will become a Hall of Famer? Yes.
Absolutely.
But in Metcalf's, it seems like in Metcalf's head, he believes he's a top 10 receiver of all time. But also, let me ask you a question. If Metcalf was to retire right now, with the accolades he got, who will get into the Hall of Fame first? Metcalf or Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett.
And that's my point. As much as I love Metcalf, hey, bro, take this. Moo, you see that? You know what this is?
Go ahead and let the people know what that is.
Take this. This is humble pie. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck how big you is. I don't give a fuck how fast you are. I don't care if you're the best fucking receiver for Seattle in Seattle history. What you are, because Steve Largent still exists. Here you go. Humble fucking pie, bro. Sit your stupid ass down and study. Because your first year here, you caught me by surprise. Ever since then, you ain't been as good. Because there's no more of that, I'm going to catch these niggas by surprise. Now it's like, well, we know what you do best, so we're going to cut that off, and you're just going to have to play how we dictate you to play. No, it don't work like that. You need to dictate how you're going to play against elite talent. And that's why I can't have you in my top 5 overall. I probably don't have you in my top 10, but that's, different question for a different day.
It's a fair point. It's a really fair point. All right. Let's go ahead and get into a little bit of this baseball real quick. As y'all see, DJ Michael B is our resident Houston Astros fan. I'm an A's fan, unfortunately. We're going through a lot of turmoil right now. Fuck you, John Fisher. So once we get our shit together, I'll be back on my super fanatic hype. But as of right now, we got a really tight race over here in NL with the Dodgers and Los Padres. Now, we talked about this. Me and Willie talked about this, and me and you talked about this a little bit a few months back, is that we just want a lot of these big market teams to actually show up in the playoffs when you're supposed to, right? It's easy to pull up in the regular season, right? But in the playoffs, it seems like a lot of these big market teams kind of fall off the wagon. And I know we especially asked that from the Dodgers and the Yankees, especially with a lot of the money that they pour into the baseball market, the free agency market, a lot of money that they pay into their players to retain players, and essentially form what baseball may be known as super teams, right? You have Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Clayton Kershaw all on one team with the Dodgers, and you got all of the Bronx Bombers over there in New York. So how do you think this Padres and this Dodgers series is going to play out? Do you think it's going to go 7, or do you think somebody's going to cap off 2 in a row to kind of put this thing away?
I think this is going to be at least 6-game series. I just don't know which way I'm going to lean to yet. But for those of y'all out there wondering where I stand on people linking up, people joining, blah blah blah. These niggas are really low key lame. I don't care. I don't care what nobody has to say. The NBA and the NBA is lame, and the MLB is lame, and the MLS is lame. And what's the hockey league?
NHL.
NHL. Even in that, they're lame, bro. It's just, I get it. Everybody wants to be the head of their team. Everybody wants to be the best that ever did it. But come on, man. Like, it's really annoying that everybody wants to compete against each other, which I have no problem with, until all these niggas form up on one team and want to compete with that one team. So, Bronny James, do not fall for anything. LeBron James, don't fall for anything. I really need you guys to hold it down in Los Angeles, even though I have no belief in Los Angeles to do shit.
Oh man,
I just don't, bro.
crazy.
I don't want us to go back to super teams and people forming super teams, and we're just like, okay, here we go again. But it's on you, Moo.
I just think it's interesting, and it's crazy how we talk about super teams, right? Because even the Padres can be considered a quote unquote super team with all the crazy hitters and all the crazy players that they've acquired throughout the league as well, or throughout the years as well, right? And I know they had a disappointing year last year, essentially with that first round bounce, but I think this year they might be poised to make some noise, especially with their up the freeway rivals and the Dodgers. The Dodgers came out and made a statement the other day with the 8-0 win, but I think this is the team you can't count out. They got a lot of hitters. They play really solid defense as well, and their pitching is really solid. So just looking at the overall outlook of the series, this does have the potential to go 7. This is probably one of the most anticipated series yet, probably at least until we get a Mets Yankees series, which is probably going to be in the series before the World Series. So maybe we'll get that. But just looking at it, I know the game tomorrow is at 5, around 5:08, 5:10. Depending on weather, depending on time. So, yeah, I think this is probably going to be the most interesting series. I know the Yankees just won again against the Royals against the Royals. So that series is basically wrapped up. And we got the Guardians and the Tigers tied 2-2. I am a resident Tigers hater because I feel like they stopped us from getting to the World Series in 2015, 2016, around that area. But that's just me. Do we see the Guardians poised to make another World Series trip? Let me see. Saturday we got the. Oh, wait a minute. Check that. We would actually probably get a Yankees Guardians.
I do not believe in the Guardians at all. And
we would get a Mets or Dodgers and Padres.
yeah, I don't think Guardians are going to get particularly far this year. I would love for the Yankees to go the fuck home. I really
about that. Sorry to all the Yankee fans out there.
My biggest problem with the Yankees right now is Aaron Judge has been on a freaking tear this year.
Yeah.
The Guardians can do big things, but I really hope these niggas don't win. I'm not gonna lie to you, Moo. It's selfish, but I don't care. I hope they don't.
I really have no qualms or no quarrels with the Guardians. It's the Tigers I don't like. Like I said, they stopped us from winning the World Series a few years back, so I'll always have I'm always going to be salty towards that. But ultimately, I think that's going to be the biggest factor, right? When you see these guys, when you see these teams that people kind of overlook, and they come up against these big market teams like the Dodgers, like the Yankees. A lot of people expect these big market teams to kind of just win, but I think if there's any team that's kind of poised to probably upset the Yankees, it's probably going to end up being the Guardians. As much as people probably don't want it to be, it's probably going to end up being the Guardians. Now, I don't. That's not saying Detroit is completely out of it. I just hope that they are. That's just me personally. But I have to look at this, looking forward, right? Just kind of prophesizing here. If the Mets do match up with the Padres, I don't think that's a good matchup necessarily for the Padres. I think the Mets hitters are too. I think the Mets hitters are too. I think they're too strong for the Padres. Not strong as if like they can constantly take them deep. I just think that they're a lot more consistent in their hit patterns and where they place in their ball placement. And I think they can capitalize on a lot of easy scores. Um, but I do think a matchup with the Dodgers will probably go over a lot better for both teams. I think that'll probably be a lot better series. So just looking at that, hoping that the Dodgers can actually take care of business for once and show up against a team that they're supposed to beat and see the Mets. But ultimately, I want to see a Dodgers. I want to see. I low key want to see a Dodgers Yankees World Series. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like we said a few weeks ago, two of the biggest markets in baseball, duking it out in the World Series to see who's proverbially the best team in baseball, right? Because we've had the Cleveland Guardians, we've had the Cubs, we've had the Houston Astros. I think they're the last team to really to really repeat. Um, you got the Atlanta Braves, right? None of these guys have really been consistent, right? The Braves were with the first round bouts or not even making the playoffs last year. So I think it's time that we kind of get a real juggernaut in baseball again, and without the whole banging on the trash can or cheating scandals right behind everything and narratives and stuff like that.
I just before you go any further, I have a question to ask you.
Go ahead.
You say you think it's time for juggernauts to come back, but as who's the juggernaut now?
I
And
don't think there is one.
most people might argue Aaron Judge, but I'm more like a.
I don't think there has been one since y'all been the most consistent. Y'all were the last ones to go back to back.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I just
now whether people want to put that on the whole, cheating scandal thing, that's up to y'all. That's up to baseball, right? But me personally, I still feel like as much as we probably hate the Astros, I still feel like as far as dominance, they were the most dominant to this date, and we haven't seen a baseball
for
team
sure
as dominant since.
7 straight ALCS. That tells you enough. I don't know who I would go with after the Astros. The Astros haven't been dominant for the past 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
But they're losing a lot of pitching this offseason.
True.
They're probably gonna either lose UML because it's just not as good as somebody that's reporting for them. So yeah, I think African American golf is coming to an end. No disrespect to Serena, Coco Golf, or none of them, but it is. Come on, man. Like,
if you don't get that reference, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
I said golf, but I mean tennis. But look, nonetheless, it's coming down. Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's over. So I hate it, but it is what it is. So
Hey, we shall see. We shall see. Now before we get to wind it down, I know NBA preseason has started. Bronny James, all this stuff, blah blah blah. Bronny James, but fuck that, we don't care. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We do not care. Um, quick thoughts on this NBA preseason right now.
Oh well, I thought you would never ask. It's boring. It is boring. NBA preseason has been boring for the last 5 years. I used to love NBA preseason because I would see a lot of college players that I used to love and be like, well, damn, maybe they could do something and this, and that. But no. It's boring. I hate it. And I don't mean to be the old guy, but I'll be the old guy if that's what it takes. NBA just ain't the same to me, man. Like, I love the playoffs, but there's too many threes being thrown up. Everybody think they Steph Curry. Everybody think they're the best 3-point shooter of all time, including LeBron. Yeah, y'all can get my true feelings tonight. Preseason is garbage now, Moo. It sucks. I get tired of seeing people come down the court that aren't regular NBA players and throwing the 3-pointers.
Domantas Sabonis did that last night. Not necessarily a 3, but it was like a long 2.
Yeah, man.
Look kind of crazy though.
Do I think though it can still be a great NBA season? Yes, but as NBA fans, if we don't set the ball higher, it's not going to be higher. I demand our superstars to play more like Anthony Edwards than Steph Curry. I really do. Yes, Jess, for real. I really do demand.
How we doing, Jess?
That they play more like Kobe Bryant than they do Steph Curry. And and you know what, Moo? I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, but I think it's more plausible for you to be a Kobe descendant and play like Kobe than it is for you to be Steph Curry's descendant and play like him. Because it's mathematics, bro. If you're closer to the goal, the higher percentage shots you will take. It's really math. So I think more people should play like Kobe Bryant, shoot threes and things like that. And I know people that sit there and be like, what about the people that don't shoot twos and all they do is shoot threes and they dribble until they get open and inefficient basketball, accidental basketball, whatever you want to call it, like Kobe said. So I don't like it. I just don't like it. But go ahead, have fun with it.
I mean, NBA preseason, I mean, it is what it is. I know a lot of young guys are playing, they're trying to get their feet wet, trying to understand, what the league is about. But like I said in a few episodes back, develop the underdeveloped. That's what college is for, right? A lot of guys are coming in raw. A lot of guys are coming in with raw skills that need to be kind of tuned up and fined up. But I just feel like if you guys would have stayed in college and instead of chasing, clout and money, you guys would be tuned up. You guys would be ready to go. And it wouldn't be he needs to play more basketball and he needs to be on the floor. And we can't force him on the floor because he's technically a liability because there's a lot of stuff on the floor that he can't necessarily do great yet. And we don't want to put him out there until he can do great. So we're forced to play him a lot of preseason, and a lot of the veteran guys are still trying to get their legs back from a long off season, depending on if they make their respective playoff seasons or not. I know a few guys are coming off the Olympics, so they still kind of got their basketball legs under them. But even then, you got to be cautious with those guys because a lot of those guys do got a lot of miles on their legs, and that little month and a half, 2 months off probably wasn't enough for guys to really kind of let their body kind of set in and whatnot. So um, for me, it's just interesting to see. I know a lot of guys are trying to put a lot of hype into it um, with the season kind of kicking off, but it's really not that serious. It's just for guys to really uh, get get acclimated with the season and um, understand who their teammates are and understand who's probably going to be there, who's probably not going to be there, who's going to be on the G League teams and whatnot. But I just find it interesting that it's 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 not as big as it used to be, right? Like I remember at a point in time where we used to be excited for both, right? Like you would have
Right.
both on TV, right? Like we got a football game and then like a flash over to the basketball game and like flash back over to the football game. And it's like now I'm not really worried about NBA basketball until it gets closer, like, I guess really Christmas. But even then, with how long the NFL season is and with how much sports there is to divulge and digest on television now, it's kind of hard to to get into basketball until all of these other prospective sports kind of stop or slow down. Or a lot of people don't pay attention to other sports as well. So there's that. But this is just for me. I never really started to pay attention to basketball per se until after football season. I'm just me, this type of mentality that I am. I'm in football mode. So when it's football season, I'm in strictly football mode. But that doesn't mean I don't watch or indulge or engage in basketball. I do watch and engage in basketball. I watched the Warriors game last night. They hit 28 3-pointers, freaking one away from their franchise record in the fucking regular season. So that was crazy. Yeah, it was insane, bro. It was insane, bro. Yeah, them niggas was on fire. It was fucking crazy. Draymond was hitting threes at all people. So I mean, we got the first ladies of Gentlemen's Talk in PVT. How y'all doing, ladies?
Will I be a damn monkey's uncle tonight? Because China and Jess, what is up
How
on a
y'all doing, ladies?
Thursday?
Glad y'all dropped in to listen to us talk some sports and whatnot. We just talked about some baseball, some little WNBA earlier. Just winding down with a little NBA action. Tomorrow we got a few games, a few NBA games. Kings Warriors again. They're gonna run that back this time in San Francisco. We got Raptors Wizards, 76ers T Wolves. We actually got a few first looks at a few players and some new spots. Chris Paul and Wemby, PG out there in Philly. So it's going to be interesting to see how those all those perspective things come out. But DJ, let me ask you a question though.
What's up?
Let's ask you a question though. Kawhi Leonard still ain't practiced yet, man. And after his comments, do you think that this man is like, man, I ain't rocking with these dudes over here, man? This is definitely true, Jess. It's definitely hard to focus on other sports when football is taking place.
That's true, but bruh. I'm going to surprise a lot of people here because if most people know Kawhi Leonard is one of my favorite players of all time. But goddamn, Kawhi, shut up. You ain't playing. They ain't playing. The Clippers ain't playing. Paul George is gone. This team is garbage. The team was garbage before Paul George left. I don't blame Paul George for leaving. None of that. So,
what's crazy is I'm just curious. Like, why are you gonna play at all? Like you said, fuck the Olympics already.
I think all the criticism that Kawhi Leonard is getting is fair. It's 100% fair. I
love the conversation in the comments, ladies. By the way,
I just don't give a damn no more. You don't want to play. You don't want to practice. You're not focusing on getting healthy according to your trainers. And here you are at the front, and it's just like, yo, nigga, we ain't seen you play basketball in 4 years.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to hear nothing else.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, Kawhi. Like, if you want to play basketball, G, like, it's here for you, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. You said
Not
fuck,
even for you to attempt like you can
like,
and just be like, nope, my knee won't hold up. No, it's just I can't play.
he's like, fuck
Y'all
playing.
niggas good.
I seen you at the strip club dribbling, you feel me, dollar bills off of cheeks. But you can dribble a basketball off the hardwood if you good. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. You said fuck the Olympics. You said fuck your teammates essentially a few days ago. And now you just saying fuck practice. Like all I'm saying is, big dog, at some point in time, we're gonna need you to play basketball. That's
Oh,
it.
facts.
That's all. You feel me? We're gonna need you to play some basketball, man.
Big facts.
Let me look at a few of these college football matchups before we get up out of here. I just want to rattle off a few. Oregon State, Oregon, or no, Ohio State, Oregon. I am sorry, cannot read. I'm sorry, slightly illiterate. Oregon State or Ohio State. Damn, I did it again. See, look, told you I can't read. Ohio State and Oregon, number 2 and number 3, 4:30 NBC. We got Colorado coming back out of their bye against K State, and we got USC trying to bounce back against Penn State, number 4. Who I think are also some frauds. I think a lot of people on the top are some frauds, but we'll find out about that a little later. The next WNBA game we got lined up for is Sunday, WNBA game 2 of the WNBA finals. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Lynx go up 2-0.
Well, I'll go out on the link here and say the opposite. New York will win this next game.
I'm rocking with that. All right, now y'all already know what time it is. Time for them final thoughts. DJ Michael B, go ahead and kick us off, man.
Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Ish, is what they've been saying, because they talk they ish on this show, acting like they know what the fuck they doing. And I'm just joking. They know what they're doing, man. Tomorrow you got Inside the Huddle with Moo and Mel on a Friday. Anything that you don't understand about football, these guys will break down on the chemical level. Monday, of course, you will see Moo, you'll see Troy, you'll see Boo Wop, basket to basket. Wednesday, of course, you'll see me, Moo, Gent.
Oh, yeah, I'm back at it this Wednesday.
Yeah, you gotta be. And who did I miss? Me, you, Gent, GQ. Who am I missing?
That boy Rod.
Outlaw. Outlaw is who we're missing. Right there.
Oh yeah, that boy Outlaw.
Gentleman's Talk. Gentleman's Talk has been going up recently. And so make sure y'all got to tune into that. That is a talk show. Of course, next week, me, Moo. Willie will be back next week, people. He will be back next week right here on PVT. Been a long time coming, but hey, I can't wait. We'll be right back here on Thursday, and of course, next Friday again, Inside the Huddle with Moo, Mel, the best damn football show on the internet, period.
Yes, sir.
Send those questions. Send them if you don't understand defenses, you don't understand offenses, you don't know what a legal formation is, things like that. They will break it down for you. That's what we do. So I'm happy y'all are here tonight. Moo, go ahead and close this out, bro.
Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. I had seen a few viewers. Shout out to our first ladies of Gentleman's Talk. Appreciate y'all.
China, Jess.
And then to some sports, China, Jess. Appreciate y'all for sliding through. Love the conversation in the comments, ladies. Definitely appreciate that. That's always appreciated and welcome, even if it's amongst yourselves. So even remember that. But yes, appreciate you ladies for sliding through. Appreciate everybody else for listening and watching, even if you didn't have, you know what I'm saying, the courage to comment. We see you. We love you. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Like DJ Michael B said, make sure you guys catch all the rest of the show throughout the rest of the week. I'm not going to go and rattle them off because he just did it twice. So you better have heard, and you better have subscribed, and you better comment, and you better like, and you better share it with a homie and a friend and your grandma and your dad, because even my dad was probably watching tonight. So shout out to you, Pop. I see you, big dog. And make sure that you guys catch all the shows and follow us on all the socials, man. TikTok is going up, Instagram is going up, even Facebook. We got a new group coming for y'all. We finna make another Discord, and ding, 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 shocker, 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 we got merch coming. So make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you guys go tap in with the website as well. We are on Apple Music and Spotify, where you guys find your podcast. So if you can't find the time to watch us on YouTube, go ahead and tap us in on Apple Music from the Sideline Podcast, and or Spotify. Same thing from the Sideline Podcast. And we will be there as well, coming through your ears and your speakers, not just through your screen. So without further ado, we appreciate everybody for sliding through. And we're going to see y'all next week. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Girl, you rockin' like